Okay, welcome back. Elks 101, September 9th. Declan, Eddie, and Rick going to take you through the show here. We got some headlines around the world. I don't know why I said that like a CNN anchor. Not really around the world, more just pop culture, sports,
Big
things
J,
like that.
Big J.
No Big J journal caps during Elks 101. Elks Central, maybe a little bit. Elks 101, we have fun.
More legit.
Get to around the league, some Steele's reels, Rick's rant, look ahead to Toronto, our hot seat of the week, some CFL betting lines, finish up with a blind ranking. But before we get to all that, how we doing? How are we doing this morning?
Victory!
I'm feeling good. We're still rolling off that win from Saturday, right?
Still,
and Toronto's right around the corner. This is a nice little pocket to be in right now.
Still rolling off that one. I wrote an article for ElksNation.ca yesterday, and I kind of segmented up by the good, the bad, look ahead, like, things like that. And for the bad, I just put, you know what? This was a big one. This was fun. I'm not going to write about the bad. We'll worry about that later. Yes, you're 5-7. Yes, there are still things to correct, but overall, we're having fun. Like, that's a huge win against a really good opponent.
Huge win.
Team that was number one in CFL.ca's power rankings. You go out there, hold them to under 20. VA's completion percentage is, abysmal compared to the rest of the season. And you hang 245 yards rushing on them against a great defense. Like, there's a lot to be happy about. So we're not going to worry about the negative right now.
Yeah, and there's always room to look for the negative. But in this game, you showed up and you did exactly what, not I'm going to say expected, but was needed.
It was needed.
Needed in front of this crowd, more importantly. That's the biggest thing for me. The rushing, everything, that was juicy and great. But to show up and show out in front of these fans, that buzz and vibe that we talked about, only to amplify it with some big plays, that's what this team needed, man.
I got a question for you. When you would play in like a raucous home crowd like that, was there ever a part of you that, like, obviously you play for the guys first, you play for the team, you play for yourself, play for your coaches, but was there ever an element of like, I really don't want to let these fans down here?
For sure. Especially when they're juicing you up and cheering for you and chatting loud on defense, when they're cheering for you on second and long and you're getting them going and they're actually reacting to you pumping them up. I go to pretty much every single game, 100% of the games. And there's been some games, some sparse crowds, fellas.
Oh yeah.
10K, less than that.
And it looks bad in a stadium. It looks bad. 56,000.
What I'm saying is I couldn't imagine running out of that tunnel to that atmosphere. just like patches of people, like it's a junior football game. Yeah. No shade to junior ball, but it's a tough look and it's tough to get juiced up as the home team for that. Like, that sucks. It's almost depressing to think about running out of that tunnel. All I picture is the guys
you think like
on crickets.
You think like you're like, this is because of me. Like it's sparse because of me as a player. You know what I mean? Like I would have to think it's like that. Like you feel like something like you're like, I'm not doing a good enough job on the field to get the crowd involved.
If we're keeping it 100, part of that is the reason.
Yeah, well, for sure.
There's got to be some guys who just got here. Like, why am I here? Like, there's nobody here. This isn't very fun. I want to play in front of this building's massive. Let's get some people in here. Well, they've got to be wanting the people there as bad, right? They're not they haven't been here for the 4 years of whatever. It's not on them. But they're getting here. They're like, hey, I'm here. People should be jacked up about this. I'm pumped up for this season of this game. Where is everybody?
And this is the thing. Like the CFL it's the second best football league in the world. Like it is good professional football. There's not a lot of teams and there's a lot of talent to pick from. Like it's great players and it's great football. But a lot of these American guys, they come from 80, 90,000 in those college games. And like
50
a rock
even on a low end.
Yeah. I mean, my goodness. Yeah. Like at the low end, like, and that's a bad crowd for a lot of college teams. And they come and it's, like these small college towns and it's all people care about. And, you're the hero and the whole city, the whole town revolves around you. And then you come here and it's objectively better football. And, you might get a crowd like this. Like that has to be such a crazy thing for a player like that to go through like being the man at like pick a school, even a small school, like a shitty school, like Kent State, being the man there where you're drawing like 50K. And then you come here and you're like borderline a practice squad player. For sure. And you see a crowd like that. Like it's a weird one to deal with for a player.
Yeah, it would be a weird one to deal with. It's, you throw the reverse curveball at you, reverse Uno you. It'd be no different than with the Oilers, how the Oilers are, right? And how guys, who have been in small markets, who come from the States.
It's the exact opposite.
It's exact, it's crazy. And you know what football is down in the States. So we can't, it's hard to compare. You know, I totally feel where you're coming from, but it's a religion, especially college.
College, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, college is different down there. Like I get to think in Northern Illinois or the Hawkeye, the Cyclone.
Iowa State,
sorry. Cyclone they beat Iowa.
They did 16-3. And covered, and my bet didn't cash, by the way. I don't know what that's about.
So my sister, she's in Des Moines, and Iowa State, they're just up the road a couple hours, and it's not far, like the difference between the towns. And it's a small little town where Iowa State is. But then when on game day, it goes from like a 40,000 town to 120,000 town for the weekend on game day weekend. It's crazy.
City shuts down.
And man. Like, and it's just a college show. There's not a ton in it at all. There's no buildings or anything downtown or anything. It's all campus essentially.
And the craziest part about that too is Iowa's not even really like a football state. You know what I mean?
They're a lineman state.
Yeah, for sure.
But
and fullback.
But wrestling.
Yeah, great at wrestling. But I'm saying like it's even for a school or a state that's like not really, you don't think of as a football state. Like that's still what it is there. You know what I mean? So yeah, just to your point about the crowd, like it's gotta be so scathing. And like there has to be some human element of, it's weird, right? Because you're trying to, you know, prove it as a professional, you're building a career. You know, in a lot of cases, you're trying to prove yourself as a player, but there has to be a human element of, you know, when the crowd is 1/5 the size, you're like, whoa, like you can't possibly always try as hard when you're playing in front of, you know, 50, 60,000.
Oh, there's, you know, man, it's a difference in boxing.
Yeah.
You've boxed in front of an empty gym, and you've probably boxed in front of a few people. And there's a difference. You want to put on a show. My pops told me something pretty profound. And the more I get older, the more poetically I actually look at it. And he told me when I was playing, it's like, we're like gladiators. Football players are like gladiators, like old school Roman Empire days in the Colosseum. You got a big arena there watching you down on the field. And he said, you live for the roar of the crowd.
Yes.
And it's true. Like so many guys, when you retire, you miss like that cheer, that roar
no kidding,
more than anything.
Yeah.
And running out of the tunnel again, where it's that would be so depressing and depleting from the jump before the first kickoff.
What was the first season you retired like? Like when when the first football season rolls around, you're not playing anymore. Like I know you went out on your terms, retired when you wanted to, had a great career, but it must have been like, there must have been some kind of feeling of like,
it was hard.
Yeah.
There was hard feeling, man. Like a lot of tears for sure. Yeah. Like I was very fortunate. I had worked in my off season, set myself up so the transition would be a little bit smoother. A lot of guys, you know, they're not thinking long-term life after ball. And when the end comes, it comes quick and hard, and they don't know what to do next. They're left stuck scrambling how to get money. But for me, honestly, like, even though I had the plan, there was still that loss of identity, loss of like your manhood. It's something that you did for 17 straight years. Like until I was 31 years old, it was for 17 years prior. That's all I did. Every summer football, every spring football, trained. Football would have been the purpose, you know? And I tell people that's not a good thing to place your identity in football, because you're more than that. But at the same time, to become successful at the pro level and to sustain it, like the career average, I've told you, is 3.5 years. So to have gotten 9 years, you have to make it your identity in a sense, because you know, it is who you are. If you're not training to be the best, you're not going to last the longest. So you do have to put your entire focus. So it's a fine balance. But that first year, man, it was a tough transition.
And it's weird because you did retire young. And generally speaking, even if someone has like a really long, lengthy career, like 15 years, those careers are pretty rare. But my point being is like you retire young generally in the game of life. You know what I mean? And so many people, you were lucky to set yourself up the right way, but so many people don't. And so many people only have football as an identity. And then you retire. You look at some of these guys who retire at like 27, 28, even some of the later guys, 35, 36, 37, that's so young in the grand scheme of things. And all they've ever known is football. Like it has to be such a tough transition.
So to your point, that's another great point you're hitting on. We're getting on life today, fellas. But this is exactly what I tell kids. And these are some great points I tell people. So the longer I did retire young, I could have played another 3-4 years for sure.
Yeah.
But then you're a older rookie transitioning at life, and you're a rookie at life.
Mm-hmm.
So you retire. I retired at 30, and yeah, that's somewhat young, but most 30-year-olds are well established, doing something well established in a career. So you're still an older rookie, so to speak, at life with doing that next phase of your career. So it's quite something, man. And we all have a shelf life.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there's only one Tom Brady ever playing into his 40s.
Yes.
And guys need to realize that, like, playing long is awesome and it's great if your body can hold up, but there is a shelf life in a period where it's going to end.
He ruined the mold. Like everyone, and I give A-Rod credit because in week 1 he actually looked pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
But Tom Brady, like you can't do that.
No,
like you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like
that's not normal.
When you retired, did you feel like you had a pretty good support system with you, or did you feel like people were trying, but they just didn't get it? Like they just can't relate.
No, I was very strong. My wife, man.
Yeah.
My wife. I've put my wife through hell, and she's been there like every step of the way. I wouldn't be who I am, where I am, honestly, if it wasn't for my wife and her support. Not only just support for me in our marriage, but support with her role raising the kids, full-time stay at home. And we have 2 kids. It's a challenge. One of my kids, my son, he has autism. So he has a cognitive disability. So there's a whole nother mixed bag of challenges that can come with that. Mm-hmm. And she's been there steadfast since day one. So I wouldn't be able to have done anything without her. And that's part of the reason why I retired. She followed me around chasing my dream for
like, now it's your turn.
Yeah. Like she followed me around chasing the CFL dream. And let's be real, CFL, come for less. That's what it stands for. So yeah, I wasn't making huge coin towards my last 2 years. Like it was fine, but at a certain point, let's move on and get going with real life.
When at the end of the game, last week, when there was just that melee on the field, I've been wanting to ask you about this for a little bit now. Did you ever have any teammates, or were there any guys you played against who you knew were like looking to start something like that? Like they would try and plant the seed in the game, or you knew like after the game, like they were going to try.
Yeah, not so much new like they plant the seed, but I've played with a lot of crazy dudes. So you knew a couple guys like their wires were real close to the edge. So if they touch
Odell,
something's going to pop up. No, he wasn't.
He just had that swagger and confidence.
He talked. He wasn't ever. If it came down to it, he's
never played with Adam Brady back down.
No. He was before my time. Yeah. Odell was more of a talker though. If it came down, he's not trying to fight nobody. Yeah. He's a finesse guy out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But there's a few guys, man, where it's they're close to snap show. Yeah, for sure.
Nick Lewis. Arlen Bruce.
Thick Nick. Arlen Bruce was a beast. Yeah. He was a beast. He was one of my idols growing up, man.
Yeah, dude, he was him and Bashir Livingston on those Toronto teams.
Look at you, name dropping.
Well, Bashir, like I feel like every time I turned on like the Sports Center top 10, he was returning like a missed field goal, 100.
First $1 million player in the CFL.
Was he?
Yeah.
No way. Yeah. Man, good for him. He deserved it. He was electric.
Yeah, he made $1 million a season.
Yeah, he deserved
$1 million a season.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
That was before the cap then, eh?
That was way back. That was late 90s, early 2000s. Some guys were making more than NFL back then.
Yeah. Especially some of those. So Anthony Calvillo must have got paid.
Yeah, he got well paid over the years. I mean, played 20 plus years. As a starting Q, you're making at least, he was making 400 at least consistently for 12 of those years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that stacks up.
Yeah, it's 4.8
on top of all the outside football money and stuff, advertisements and stuff. Yeah.
Did you guys to wrap up the headline segment here? I wanted to talk about this because we always like to go around the sporting world. Did you guys see that lady in Philadelphia with the foul ball,
the Psycho K?
Bro, here's if you catch a ball as an adult at a sporting event, you got to give it to a kid. The first thing you have to do is look around and be like, which kid can I give this to you?
For sure.
And for her to go about it that way and have a screen. And by the way, she could not have had a more stereotypical haircut for this thing.
Right.
Like she really plays into the stereotype. She's not doing anyone with that haircut any favors.
No, she ain't.
But she didn't catch the ball.
That
ball was on the ground.
I want to go back to the cut though, quick. It was not only was it like a short bowl cut, but I'm pretty sure there's purple in there too. Probably
she had some purple.
Looked like the babysitter bandit from The Simpsons.
Something in there.
Dude, it was the worst combo of like, and she had the glasses too.
And just all the two to go with it.
Yeah.
You didn't catch that ball. That ball is not yours. The ball is on the ground. The ball belongs to the first person that gets to it.
She didn't even touch it.
Dude, also like,
Didn't even touch it.
how are you as an adult? And I don't know if you guys saw her husband, but whatever, but he had a look on his face that was like, she's done this a time or two. Like
sure.
this is kind of who she is.
Okay, now, not even controversial, but this isn't all on her, man. That dad.
You don't think you should have just given it up?
No, that dad needs to nut up just a little bit.
You put that ball in your son's
the way he turned
glove.
around and
Yeah.
was freaked out and
In front of your kid. too.
yeah, just kind of. I'm not the mannerisms. It just wasn't. It wasn't.
Beta.
Yeah,
Little
you
bit,
know,
yeah.
like I'm trying to walk the line, but for 100%.
No, I hear you.
100%.
It's also
In
like,
front of the kid, just say no. It's
Yeah.
on
No.
ball.
The ball was loose.
It's
I
our
grabbed
ball.
it. You did
Yeah.
not get it. It's
Dude,
not your ball.
No need to turn that ball over.
No.
to your
No
credit,
need to hand that
zero.
to her, man. At
Zero.
all.
to your credit,
But the-
it is like one thing if like he has the ball and it's just him and she's like giving up such a shit fit that he's like, I don't want to deal with this. Just take it. But when you're like going to give it to your kid and she's going off like that and you fold, like
be
that
having
is,
that.
I
I'd be
agree.
having that.
That's a tough look.
But it's a tough look just from the original.
here's the-
when she taps him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a tough look,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, you can't come on now. You got to stand up a little. Like,
you gotta stand
here's
up.
the other thing. Do you think he knew? Do you think he was playing some 4D chess and he knew that, hold on, the cameras are catching this? The Phillies here, they're going to give me some signed bats and we're going to
I
meet the
thought
players.
the whole thing could have been just a conspiracy, like just
Yeah.
could
A
have been a
setup?
show. Yeah, I thought it could have been a setup.
In this
I
day
have
and
had
age,
that thought.
in this day and age, it's tough not to think that.
Just
Right?
'cause
You never
his
know
reaction-
anything,
His
right?
reaction was
Yeah.
so sheepish.
It is insane, like in this day and age, how much gets contrived for just social media. Like I'll
Everything's social
there'll
media.
be like situations where I'll like see something that I think is like in public, something I think is like a genuine like event. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy over there. And then I'll see like someone walk by with the camera and like dap them up and be like, good job, guys. I'm like, whoa, like they were just filming that whole
The
interaction.
more that we talk about it, the more I believe it could be just a setup because she was just so
I don't know.
prototypical too, right?
That's-
It's like she
And
was
they haven't
planted
really,
there.
they have not like put a name to this lady yet.
was-
That dude, that Polish CEO or whatever that
Yeah.
did it like
Who,
a
like,
week or two before that, they had his name, his
Right.
job and everything within 12 hours.
It's also, it's probably easier to find a CEO's name than like a random lady.
Well,
if
I
she's,
saw
like, a
that they
nursing
did see
assistant.
she was a teacher or worked.
Well, they found like someone that
Yeah.
may be her. And I don't know if that, no one's ever put it down 100% that's her.
it really could
She
be.
screamed educational assistant,
Yeah.
but like a mean one.
Screamed a lot of
I mean,
things.
like I had a mean educational assistant in my elementary school.
You did.
She was doing her best. Obviously, it's a shit. Like it's a tough job. Like you're dealing with
your patience is
yeah, but
patience is worn.
but there's a little like, hey, maybe don't scream at the 6-year-olds this much. You know what I mean? Like maybe
for a
maybe hold
baseball.
it back just a little bit.
For a baseball.
Yeah, it's tough.
You can't do
all around.
that. It's not a Barry Bonds home run ball. You're not turning around and selling this for multiple zeros.
Yeah.
That thing is probably going to be gaining dust in your place within 2
It's
weeks.
a foul ball too. I think
That's the thing.
Like a
It wasn't
useless-
even.
Like it's, come on
wasn't
now.
even-
It wasn't even a
it wasn't even
scoring
a
ball.
home.
Come on.
useless.
Yeah.
Brutal.
They go through like 20 of those a game.
At least.
It's like, lady, we'll give you one.
yeah.
Like the team show, like, hey, just sit back down. We'll bring you this. We'll bring you this $1.50 ball. Like, can you
60
please-
40, 60 40 her, 40 on the.
Yeah.
I go,
Yeah, he's got to stand up.
I go 70-30.
Yeah.
No, 65-45.
Okay.
He did
That's
handle
definitely
it bad,
110.
Like, but here's my other thing.
65-45 is definitely 110.
I-
65-35.
I had to
do
Right.
that real quick.
Not a math podcast. Come on now.
Who runs the business? You running numbers all the time.
Yeah, a
over
couple
here.
times. Yeah.
The one thing I would say, lastly, like she was not going to let up. Like he knew this was
Could be a
this had
ruse.
no end in
Could
sight.
be a
Maybe.
ruse, man.
You put that ball in the kid's glove and say, you want it? Go grab it. Dare you.
Mhm.
Grab it out of his glove.
Yeah, take it if you want that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least the kid
Otherwise,
won.
son, let's go get a hot dog.
It was a loser for both adults and the kid won.
Oh, yeah. Kid won big, which is good. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you should get.
10 years
It's
ago,
awesome
that
to
kid
see all
would have
that
been on Ellen today.
Until he realizes his dad's a simp.
shit.
That kid would have been on. That kid would have been on Ellen today, meeting Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ellen, where's she at?
I heard she moved to
I think she ran away.
London.
she's
She
overseas.
bolted.
Yeah.
That's one lady that I didn't understand though. On TV, she looks fantastic, but everything you hear is like, "New, this
just
woman's the devil away from the camera."
Which I'm
Like, well,
not
that's
shocked
that's
by.
unfortunate.
Yeah, not shocked.
I always thought she had a dark side to her. I could always tell she had like a vibe of running.
Okay, so
running
since
that
we're,
show like the
we're
Navy.
dabbling, so do you guys like all this Hollywood and cult and all that? Do you guys believe in some of this stuff?
A little more every day.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
A little
I don't
more
know.
every day.
A little more every day. There's
That's a
too
good
much
answer,
coming
Rick.
out, man. There's
That's
too much
such a
coming
good
out.
answer, man.
We'll keep it a small amount. I don't want to get into the tinfoil hat, but
yeah.
there's a little more proof
I
every
don't,
day.
Like, I don't know if I believe in like, the Illuminati illumination rituals. Like, I think that's probably
Yeah, that's probably going a little far, but
When you
there's
see like sacrifices and stuff, and people,
There's some
that's
weird
their
shit going on out
family,
there that we don't know about.
There's some weird stuff going on. There truly is.
It's a crazy industry.
Yeah.
Like and the blunt truth is like people will do anything for fame.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like some
Anything.
people will
Some
do
people
anything
will.
for fame.
Fame and money.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like, I don't know.
That's all we need. I'm glad I'm not alone. That's
definitely
all I
not.
needed, boys.
What, are there any other conspiracy? Do you guys, it's just us. No one's listening. Are there any other conspiracy theories you guys?
There's a couple,
Look,
man. Like
honestly.
even like 9/11, right? And just if you ever watched that
we
Zeitgeist
just got
movie,
demonetized.
that
Just
Zeitgeist
got
movie.
demonetized.
If you watch that movie, they're like, "Hey, why did this happen?" I was like, "Well, that's a very good question.
there's
Can someone please answer
Too many
that?"
questions.
Yeah.
There's way too many questions when it comes to 9/11.
Yep.
Way too many questions.
Yeah, and so if someone wants to come out and answer it, I'll probably believe the answer.
Yeah.
But someone asked a very valid question, and I'm sitting there going, "That's a valid question."
And it's just been so proven that, with the plane strike, it's the building's not going to collapse in sequence. It's
Yeah, and everything comes down like equally, and they're like, "That's what happens on a controlled demolition."
Yeah, it's just so
someone,
proven.
can someone explain this to me then?
And like, man, just my
I just
eye
like-
test. I'm not a structural engineer, but my eye test easily tells me that the little strike up there doesn't initiate a collapse throughout
Like
the
that,
entire
yeah.
building because it didn't penetrate through. It was very small. If you could see the plane into the building, it
Yeah.
wasn't very big.
Yeah.
And the devastation, man.
Yeah, there's definitely questions out there.
It's a lot of lives too, man. There's 3,000 lives. Like when you think about it,
Oh,
that's a
holy
ton, man.
shit, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
100%.
lives.
Yeah. All right.
Where
well,
were you guys? Hold on. Where were you when it happened? Because that's a moment we all were kind of younger. And
Yeah, so I was
Me
at where I was
especially.
working in a restaurant at the time. I remember being like, I was probably traveling. I probably went to work just after it all happened, and then I would have been that's 01, so I was 20, and so yeah, I was like, man, just hit a button and take out the whole country. That was my first reaction, right? And then another girl that worked there, much older than me, she's like, no, you can't. There's a whole bunch of innocent people over there and blah, blah, other things. And I was like, all right, that's fair. Yep. It was all well over my head though. I don't know how to,
I was
Sure.
I don't know how to react.
I was like young, obviously. I was like under 5. And I remember I was born in Calgary. We were living in Calgary at the time. My dad was up here looking at like a place, staying with my aunt and uncle. And like how he tells the story is like he was like in the shower or something, and my uncle like came to him and said like, "Hey, like a plane just crashed into a tower." My dad was like, "Okay, like happens all the time, tragic, but like accidents happen." And they were like, "No, like this is a terror attack, like this is huge." And then he like called my mom, who was, because we were back home in Calgary, obviously, and I remember she was just, apparently, I don't really remember it, but I think I just said I remember. I don't really remember it. I've heard the story told to me that she was just like crying on the phone to him, like while we were there. And funny, this is one of my favorite stats about 9/11. So I shouldn't say favorite stats, but this is, I think, this is a really rough start. But one cool story about 9/11 is that every plane in like North American airspace was grounded,
yeah.
except for one.
Yeah.
It was a plane that was flying rattlesnake or some type of snake's antivenom from California to Florida, because this snake handler got bit by this snake, and the only it couldn't have been a rattler, I guess, but whatever snake it was,
Interesting.
the only anti-venom that existed was like in California at the time. So the only plane allowed to fly
That
during
is
9/11
neat.
was this plane,
I've
and
never heard that before.
it was escorted by 2 like
sure.
fighter
Military.
jets. Yeah.
Wow.
There was another plane up.
Thought we made good times.
There was
Like,
another
seriously?
plane up north. There's another plane up north. I think it's like Air China or something like that. So my buddy's dad was a air traffic controller. So he's literally trying to get a hold of this plane. and they won't respond. They sent up 2 planes to get up there with them.
Yeah.
They ended up bringing him down, like whatever, everything was fine. But yeah, no, he was literally trying to get this plane out of the air, and they were not responding, and they put the big planes out there. Yeah.
Do you remember, because you haven't had a chance to say your...
Oh yeah, I remember vividly. I would have been 13, grade 8, and we were doing a shops class at the high school that was up the road. So I was in the woods class at the local high school.
Making a model airplane.
And I remember like driving up to it. Well played. And my mom, it was just on the radio. My mom just started crying too, just out of nowhere. My grandpa had a little Cessna, and he lived in Minnesota, and she thought it was him. In New York. She just hysterical, because a plane hit the building, and she just went to thinking it was him flying, and then. It was big.
It was,
I was scared, man. I remember being scared. They let us all go home, and
school's like that. I don't know what you do.
Well, like at that, obviously I was very young, so most of my memories are just kind of what I've like read and recaps of it. But I think like everyone thought like this is World War III starting, like this was the start of World War III, and obviously it did. But the implication at that time was like our lives are like changed forever from this moment forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, because now we have to take our shoes off at airports and get yelled at.
No, the shoes are back. The shoes are back. You're good with the shoes.
Every time I haven't flown in probably a year and a half. I don't like flying anymore. But every time I've been through an American airport, it's shoes off. It never really in Canadian airports.
You got to ask them.
Especially not for domestic flights.
You guys shoes or no? Like, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I just did Vegas over the summer. And
really? Hey?
Just chill.
Oh, yeah.
Just chill. So you don't like flying. So do you ever plan on any like big vacays?
Well, dude,
beach, anything?
Like I've obviously, flown. I've probably flown like, 50 times in my life. Like I've flown over oceans, like made, long flights.
Developed it and it's
developed it. Yeah. Yeah. Like really in the last like year and a half, it's gotten pretty bad. But it's
take like anxiety meds when you fly? Or?
Well, I used to take like a bunch of anxiety meds. I don't take like anything anymore, which I'm happy about. Like I don't want to be piling myself with those. No. But it's like, I don't know. I want to see every country on earth, which is a goal that's not going to happen. Like I think there's what you could probably count on 2 hands the amount of people who have seen every country on earth. Like it's a pretty unrealistic goal to start with. Yeah.
It's a lot of countries.
Yeah. A lot of countries. So it's like, not going to happen anyway, but to have a fear of flying and have that be something you want to do is like pretty tough to do. So like but I don't know. I obviously, because my mom was born in South Africa, I've never been back to South Africa.
Got to get to the whole
That's what I'm saying. And then I got Johannesburg. Joburg. Yeah.
That's the biggest city.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Actually, it's not. They have 3 capitals. Joburg's not one of them, but I think it is the biggest city. And then I also have cousins, and like family, aunts and uncles in Australia and England. And I feel like lately I've been feeling like they're all kind of like my aunts and uncles are like hitting their 60s. Like my cousins are like, I got cousins with kids. Like at some point, there's not really going to be a time where I'm going to be able to get over there and see everyone. Like it's probably pretty soon here that I got to do it. So I'm thinking like if I should probably get over this fear and go visit everyone and go see South Africa, so
be nice.
Yeah. It's going to be a long flight though.
Yeah, man. And also my thing is like people always like
Cuba was like 7 hours and it's beyond that. So
I remember double digits.
I remember I went to Cuba like 8 years ago or something and we flew Sunwing.
Yeah. It's a small plane,
dude. And just like rickety as all get up. And like, dude, just like, I'm like, it's like whatever, like American Airlines or Delta didn't want, they just gave to Sunwing and they were like, build a plane with these scrap parts, bro. Like that's
25-hour flight, buddy.
To Australia.
South Africa.
To South Africa?
Yeah.
Well, like with some layovers and stuff.
Of course. Yeah. Not direct, but
dude, because
there's going to be some big flights in that 24 hours. It'll be a 12-hour.
It's like I think the best way to do it, because my grandparents now they're almost 90, so they're planning like one last trip coming up in like February or March with my mom to go back to South Africa. And I think how they're going to do it is like, I think the best way is into Amsterdam, from Amsterdam to South Africa, which like 2 long flights in and of itself. But my thing is like, people tell me, go to a behavioral psychologist, look at it. Like I can look at any statistic. I can go through any flight crash simulation. Like I can talk to anybody and it's not going to matter because I know at the core of cores, I am in a steel box in the sky. And if something goes wrong, like that's it.
What about the steel box on the road?
See, people bring that up all to
that
me.
blue one that you drove here.
Fresh 2022 Kia Rio, not a big deal. The thing with that is like I have the element of control. And I know a lot that goes on the road you can't control. They say you only control like 10% of what happens to you driving, but I'm still like behind the wheel. There's still an element of control that you just don't have during flying. You know what I mean?
A little bit.
And I hate, and like people always say, tell me like, well, you're more likely to get into a car accident on the way to the airport. It's like, yes, I know. You know how many more cars there are on the road than there are planes?
A car accident on the way to the airport might be a bent fender or something like that, but a car accident in the air.
Yes.
Last moral thought before we should get to some ball.
For sure.
At least if you're going to go down in the airplane, man, it's probably going to be pretty quick.
Yep.
You know, car accident, you never know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Could get paralyzed for life or something.
Yep.
You know,
I still think there's going to be like while a plane's going down.
Buddy, let me say this too about cars. I drive on the road for a living, like 5,000 plus clicks a month. I'm on the highways. Mm-hmm. Some of these semi drivers nowadays, boy.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
They are bad. Let me just say, some of these semi drivers nowadays, fellas, they're bad. And I'll leave it at that.
We were driving, me and my girl, we were going down to Waterton this past couple weeks ago, whenever it was. And dude, we were going and like going down, like 120 on the highway. And we see this semi pull out however far in front of us, but like completely pull out to make a left turn. Like we had to slam on our brakes.
So bad.
Like dude, there was a real
so dangerous,
dude. Yep. And we were cognizant of it from a little bit. Mm-hmm. So we saw like, wait, because we did start slowing down thinking like, wait, I think he's going to start. Like he's not going to go, is he? Oh, he is going. So we like, but dude, it was like to slam on your brakes going 120 because he's pulling out, turning left. Like if we weren't prepared or if we were a little closer when he started, like
I used to be mindlessly driving on the highway, not care. Now, I'm definitely on alert.
Yeah,
like especially around semis, going up and down the QE2.
Playing chess on my phone.
It's wild, man.
Taking pictures.
Solitaire.
Yeah, solitaire, whatever. Now, no way. Okay, let's get to a little around the league here. I got some PFF stats from this past week. I got some defining the Elks. Justin Rankin in this one, 94.5 rushing grade. Highest rushing grade of the week, obviously.
I like to hope so.
Here's my question. Yeah, no, right? Here's my question. I don't know how PFF does their thing. I don't know what their scale is. I have to imagine it's 100. But how do you rush for 204 yards, have 4 rushes over 20, a 90-yard touchdown run, 2 touchdowns, almost 13 yards a carry, and not have 100 rushing grade?
You've followed PFF probably for some time now, especially CFL related.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I think PFF, I think that they're given too much credit by a lot of people because I think it's nerds with their spreadsheets.
I don't understand what their metrics are, Dad.
Yes.
Because there's some guys who have average games who will have like 92 grade. And they'll have like very pedestrian numbers, stats, and everything. So I don't know how they come up with their formula.
I don't either.
Sometimes it correlates. But again, that should be like 98.
Yeah, I don't know if you can give it 100, but
dude, honestly, like I don't know.
Got to be higher.
But I just don't know their formula. But I'll say this. I'll see sometimes some weeks and I'll think this is out of whack.
It's like quarterback ranking though, man. 158.3 is perfect.
Yeah.
How's that a thing?
It's a weird number, but at least with passer rating like that, like they're consistent. I would say like you'll see a game and you know it's going to be 158.3.
You can pinpoint where it's going to come out at normally too.
Like I don't know
where they come up with their metrics over at PFF. I truly don't, man.
And it's like, I don't like, cause I think analytics have a place in sports. I've been pretty consistent with it, but you can't replace the eye test and you can't replace like, there's something to be said for knowing the game and understanding the game that somebody's just tracking data can't do. And that's why some of these PFF numbers like tell me a player's really good. And I'm like, man, like I'm watching him.
Exactly.
Because here's my thing with advanced analytics that I hate. If advanced analytics say 9 out of 10 times you make the right play, but that right play is just running the right route, it's pretty inconsequential. And if PFF, or not PFF, but just analytics say, 9 out of 10 times they make the right play, 1 out of 10 times they make the wrong play. So they do real well. But if 9 out of 10 times, my thing is like, if it's 9 out of 10 times, all it is just running the right route, getting out of your break quick. Like who cares? Because if the one time you're making a bad play is the most catchable ball you've ever seen off your hands that goes for a pick six, that's weighted way heavier than those 9 routes you ran that were good.
That weren't even catches.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my analytics. They'll highlight the things that you do well, but they don't weight the importance of what's good versus what's bad. And that's what I hate about it. And that's why I have a problem with, something like this.
Very much like hockey, man. There's a time and a place for the numbers.
Hockey's
and the
worse
analytics.
for it.
It is. That's why I bring it up. There's a time and a place, and I'm not old school in saying this. The eye test definitely weighs more heavily, in my opinion, and most of the opinions of people that I respect within the writing in the hockey industry or football industry. Yeah. The numbers, sure, you can pull something out of it, but you can't go and tell me who's going to be the best based off these advanced metrics and stuff. I need to see.
Both sports are they're way too much in the flow of things, and there's way too many variables in each side of play. Like baseball is easy. Starts with a pitcher, like it's every single play is the exact same way. Exactly. So you can come up with numbers that way. But hockey, there's a billion different variations going on in there, and same with football. And it's just completely different. People try to force what you get out of baseball into both those sports, and it doesn't work that as well.
Dude, and even hockey is the best example for that I love. Like if they say the good play 9 out of 10 times is a tape to tape pass, but the one play you fuck up is a brutal turnover that leads to a 3-on-0 in your own zone. Like one of those is infinitely more important than those 9 tape to tape passes you made just right before a shift change. You know what I mean?
And there is such a thing too, when we're talking about team sport, body language, things that the analytics can't take into play, which, if you have poor body language and you're a shitty teammate, analytics aren't factoring that in terms of the locker room and how the other guys are performing. There's so many little X factors that the numbers can't identify that the eyes can tell you and show you.
Yeah, dude. And even like people talk about it with baseball, like that Moneyball A's team, who by the way had the MVP, Cy Young winner, Silver Slugger, and Golden Glove winner. But that Moneyball A's team that everyone points to for analytics, like I'm looking at them here, they never won 100 games after that season. Still haven't won 100 games since 2022, and they won 2 playoff series in the last 23 years. So you can't sit here and tell me like analytics are the be all end all when this was, we had a Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, Aaron Sorkin movie about it, and they haven't really done anything. Like, I just think there's a place for
it's a tool.
You can't replace
it. It needs to be used as a tool, not the end all.
You can use it a little heavier in baseball, but the other 2 sports you really can't.
Yeah, 100%. Other stat, as we go around the league here, Jordan Williams, who was signed 2 days before the game, 6 pressures in this one, and he won nearly 30% of his pass rushes, the most of any defensive lineman across the CFL. Now, I knew he got into the game. I didn't know, I knew he was getting pressure, but I didn't know he was winning 30% of his pass rushes, and I didn't know he had 6 pressures.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It was a depleted defensive line for sure, and it was a rotating cast with Jonathan.
Best performance.
It was their best performance. Jonathan Kongbo played great. He obviously had the 2 sacks. Yeah. I thought Tyreek Johnson, I think he's a little limited by his skill set, which happens, but I thought he played very well. And then obviously Jordan coming in.
6 pressures. I didn't realize it was 6.
Right, for a rotating cast of characters. They did really well. And it brings up an interesting question. I think the best iteration of the defensive line we've seen this year has been Noah Taylor, Brandon Barlow, Jared Brinkman, and Jonathan Kongbo.
I would agree.
And that line is missing Jake Ceresna and Robbie Smith, who are Robbie Smith, highest paid, defensive player.
Big money between the 2.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
That's the way she goes.
It'll be Jake, I think, is going to be done for the season. So you're not going to have to worry about fitting him back in on the interior if he.
I don't think you even mess with it. If Robbie comes back, keep him as a rotational guy, but don't force him.
Because Noah's been better than Brad.
The rotation.
Yeah, just keep him in the rotation. But these guys have been balling and give them what they've earned.
Yeah,
these guys have earned this burnout here right now. Give them the playtime.
Is it tough as a coach to sit the guy who's getting?
Well, yeah, that's where the politicking comes into it, right? And then the guys, they realize that too. But if you have a coaching staff that is fair, which Killam seems to be a straight up fair type of a coach, he'll give it to the guys who deserve it. And Robbie Smith should work his way, get back into that slowly into the rotation. But They shouldn't just inject him into that starting end spot.
Yeah, I like that rotation. And the offense doesn't know what's going on then, right?
And they're faster. They're twitchier.
Everyone's got more energy. Let's go.
They seem twitchier right now.
Yeah, they do.
You know, the entire team playing.
If you got a guy on the defensive line who's got more energy than the guy on the offensive line, I want my guy on the defense line going.
Heck yeah.
100%. I got one last stat here from PFF. Terrell Ford, 16.7% completion percentage allowed, thrown to 6 times, only gave up 1 catch. And I was talking about Cordell, Kobe Williams has some PBU, but Terrell, we've talked about it all season. We talked about it before the season began, as the season was getting going. He's the guy they don't really throw to. Like, we don't hear about him as much. We don't talk about him as much because they don't throw to him because he can't throw to him.
He's out there chopping wood.
Yes, he undercuts everyone. Everyone. Dude, the receiver could be picking the ball off the turf, fingertip catch, and he'd still find a way to undercut him. Like, it's just what he does.
I love it, man.
But like a lockdown.
Put fear into receivers' eyes, Deck.
And they threw at him 6 times last game?
Yeah.
Is that not more than any other game this year?
Probably.
I don't know.
Almost for the first couple games. That's like everything combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were not, because you can't throw at a guy who's that locked down, and it's like playing the strong side like that, like playing field corner. Like, it's tough to throw it there for one.
Yeah.
But when there's a guy out there who you just can't throw against, like, it eliminates an entire side of the field, and the entire wide side of the field.
He's
or strong side.
Right guy to have there,
Yep.
though, because with the different rules now, or not rules, but how they've changed the hash marks, they've brought them
brought him in
a little bit. So it's not as far of a throw, like way out there. You used to put your like worst corner out there to hide him.
Yeah.
Right. But now you got a baller like Terrell and playmaker, because it's not as far of a throw as the boundary would be, the short side of the field.
Yeah.
So he's a lot more active and can get jiggy with it out there. Yeah. And I love, me, fellas, a DB that hits now. You're always good in my books.
Oh, yeah.
A DB that's going to hit and support.
Do you ever have any teammates who were DBs that you were like, all right, man, you're trying a little too hard for the big hit. Like, let's settle it down. And
no, man, opposite.
You're just all for
I'd
it.
rather you have at least try and throw your body. Just close your eyes and shoot. I'd rather that than you not even like
aim for the middle of the chest
out there. And I've played with a lot of DBs that don't want to get dirty, stick their nose in there. And that is 10
most of
times
them
more frustrating than some guy who's at least missing and shooting.
Yeah.
At least
you're trying. Yeah.
Shoot your shot, man. Who cares if you miss? At least get in the way.
The power rankings came out for this week, courtesy of Andrew McMahon on CFL.ca. Any guess where the Elks are?
6.
I was going to say, you know what? I'm going to say 4.
Oh, right in the middle. They're 5. Yeah, they're 5. 7 last week. So the power rankings are as follows: Saskatchewan number 1, Calgary number 2, Hamilton number 3. That feels a little generous, but it's also kind of like, who do you put there? Winnipeg number 4. Then Edmonton comes in at number 5.
And I get it. I would put Hamilton above Winnipeg, just considering where Winnipeg is now going to be at.
Yep.
Quarterback wise.
Yep. Yeah. You were ripping up old Chrissy on 1440 the other morning.
Well, I mean,
I get it.
He can't really throw the rock.
I know. I get it.
He used to throw the rock a lot better back 6 years ago.
I sat on this show for what felt like weeks and talked about the crossover. And Elks Central yesterday, you guys said it. Like we went over it very quickly, but 3rd place is right there.
Oh, it's right there.
It's right there.
There's not even.
And there is.
I still prefer the crossover.
It's really easy.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
It's
you go that route and let the big guys in the West beat the shit out of each other.
It's definitely worse teams, but I honestly think there's been one team I can remember that crossed over and made it to the Grey Cup. I think BC did it one year and that was it.
I don't think many have
they might have done it, but I'll tell you this for a fact: no team has ever done it and won it.
Yes.
No team's ever crossed over and won. Yeah. I've come close too. I've crossed over, made it to the East Final. Yeah. Sask, Toronto, James Wilder, the wheel route, 3rd and 5. Ricky Ray, we had him beat too, but Ricky Ray got us, man.
A wheel route's tough to cover.
And we would have been in the Grey Cup as a West team, crossing over into the East, but it's hard to do. You'd rather play in the I get that they talk about the path is easier, but you're still having to travel. It's far travel out east. And say you do make it to the East Final, you're kind of in a conundrum because you travel out east for the East semi. And then what? Do you travel all the way back and then practice just to travel right back out east? Or what we've done in the past is
2 weeks.
Yeah, you pack and you just stay for the 2 weeks in the hotel, which is nice because you get
as a player. What do you prefer?
I'd rather stay out there because you get a fat per diem. Like they give you like 1,500 cash, almost 2G cash. You're just in a hotel, so you're just chilling. Like you're just
bring your Xbox.
Oh, for sure. You're eating, watching movies, chilling. Like
as a veteran player, what would you rather do for the team? Because you know that there's a lot of young guys on the team and a lot of, there's energy and there's
the smart thing to do would be to travel.
Yeah.
The smart thing would be to travel because you get into shenanigans and get distracted just being on the road for 14 days. Yeah. It's easy to.
So if you're on a veteran team, you're like, let's chill. We can stay there. But if they got a lot of young guys, let's keep everybody moving here to keep them on their toes.
You can control the chaos a lot more if you're traveling back home practicing. But you just have, 15 more hours of flying, which in the grand scheme, you're flying on a PJ. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like I hate talking about hockey all the time, but we talk about the Oilers travel and stuff. Yeah. And these guys are hopping on a PJ. Like it's not a hard travel.
Space, yeah.
It's not a hard travel.
Yeah.
Once they get out, they're literally kicking their sandals off. They're playing games.
You got extra space in some of those seats for some of the big guys.
Oh yeah. Everybody's max. You're getting 2 to a row, no seat in the middle. Yeah. And then you show up and there's mad snacks. And they feed you and
playing spades. You play.
I never played spades a ton. A lot of guys play spades. Yeah. But when you get on the plane, there's a nice little lottery we do. Everybody gets a 20 out from their per diem, and with a Sharpie, you put your number on it. Then it goes into a big pot, and then they start drawing numbers. And if your number gets drawn, you're out. Yeah. And the last number that's in the pot, he gets all of it.
No way.
It's a fun little lottery.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, one other thing just to highlight around the league before we get to Steele's reels, Red Blacks, 18 fourth quarter points last week, and then 33 seconds left, 52-yard catch to Khalil Pimpleton. Geno Lewis getting touchdown the next play.
Crum back.
Yeah. And Dustin Crum, I don't know. He is kind of the type of backup quarterback who you're like, I guess. But he showed out in this one, so credit to him.
They gave him the leash a bit last year.
He's way more mobile than I gave him credit for as well.
He's really mobile. Yeah. Like he's a very
I don't know ball. I didn't think he was that mobile.
No, he's mobile. And I said that when we watched him play a couple of weeks ago, how he's thumping guys, like lowering his shoulder, initiating that contact. I think he could play. I really do. They gave him the burn a little bit last year, and I think he had like 4 or 5 starts, one, maybe 2 of them. Yeah. Didn't look good in some of them, just looked average. But I think he could be a guy that you could hang your hat on as a franchise. I really do.
It's looking like it, like that drive. That 18 points in a quarter is tough to do. Like they had 16 all game before that. You know what I mean? So shout out to them. They showed up. And then, Montreal, real quick. They are last in the power rankings. That seems fair. They do not have a quarter.
What are they on their 5th quarterback? Fourth
quarterback.
It's tough.
They don't have a quarterback. And Davis Alexander limited in practice last week. They play Saskatchewan this week in Saskatchewan. So that's going to be
what's the line on that?
Hey, we're going to get to those lines. Okay. We got some betting lines. We're going to play a little whose line is it anyway.
Love it.
Okay, let's get to Steele's reels. You got some stuff for us here, Eddie.
All right, let's check it out. Which
first one here, we got sacked by Kongbo.
He's been playing fast lately.
Just push through his guy here.
Yeah, who? If you don't want to be disrespectful to the young cat here, I interviewed him a couple weeks ago. The young defensive end,
Noah.
That's Noah.
Noah's playing on the left side there.
No, on the right side. So they're running a twist game, and they got Kongbo on the inside. And this twist game is really well executed because the defensive end comes and crashes. And look how he occupies the guard. When I say occupy, he takes the guard and he bangs him and crashes him. But not only just crashes him, he crashes and then deflects upfield north. Check it out, Rick. Comes inside, boom, gets north. Forces VA to turn his shoulders and gets flushed out because that's created inside pressure. Now he's feeling like he's got to escape, but he also feels like he can escape outside because there's no contain, it feels like, because that defensive end crashed inside. All of a sudden, Kongbo shows up. That's a really well executed twist right there.
He kind of gets the tackle off the edge, right? It kind of opens up the spot for Kongbo to get past.
And it's so well done. You look at the footwork, 2 steps, and I'm talking about the defensive end at the bottom of the screen, my white cat. 2 steps up, crash hard inside, and then penetrate. That is, he doesn't get the stat. Kongbo gets a sack there and then gets the stat, but that job is all because he crashed inside and developed that play.
I still couldn't see the. I think it was Silas Hubert.
That's it. That's
okay.
it. Yeah, I interviewed him Sports 1440 a couple weeks back.
Good interview.
He's got a brother. His brother plays in the league as well.
Yeah, that's
defensive end. Yeah, my fault, Silas. I should have known your name. But that Silas did a great job, and not only getting upfield, crashing hard, and then deflecting back upfield, forcing VA to roll, and then Jonathan cleans it up.
And I believe we have a Brandon Barlow sack here as well.
Oh, this one was Brinkman. Brinkman does Barlow eats here and gets the number again, but
Brinkman celebrated too. Like he knew it was him,
Brinkman.
hey?
Watch Brinkman right in the middle. Just look at the middle.
Look at that.
Look at how the center gets walked back.
Pushing.
Just walks him back into the VA's lap.
That is the penetration we've been talking about for so long.
All year. There is nothing special, nothing pretty. Just look at the penetration. We talk about displacing the line of scrimmage, fellas. That is it.
You want some more?
That is it.
He just dog walks him back there. Shout out Brandon for getting off.
Yeah, for sure. He makes a quick move. If we watch Brandon, high defensive,
that doesn't happen
on the screen. Quick little move here, gets outside, but he gets pushed back.
Yeah.
And look at the fact that Brinkman makes VA move back another 2 or 3 yards because Barlow has to run a wide hoop here.
Yeah, he does.
He falls into it.
Yeah, that doesn't happen without Jared getting that push.
No, Brinkman, man, serious push. Shout out to Jared. Shout out to Jared's pops too.
I
saw Jared's pop at the game a few games back.
He rock with us.
Yeah, he does, man. He rides with us. He listens.
We rock with him. We rock with his son.
Heck yeah, we do. We do. And he's starting to ball out. So shout out to him.
He's been the best.
He's been solid.
Interior defensive lineman.
It was a slow start. There's no denying it. And I'm sure even Jared Brinkman's pops knew that too. You know, it's a slow start, but these boys, they're humming now.
All right. Do we want to do a little look ahead to Toronto game this week in Toronto? First of 2 on the road next week. The win after that will be against Hamilton.
Okay. You got a game. Whose line is it? I got a game for you boys.
All right.
Whose line is it? My line. Over under 295 passing yards. Nick Arbuckle.
It's a good question. He been playing a lot better.
He's killing it.
Yeah.
He's putting up like righteous numbers.
Slings that ball. He put up a career high last time he played against Edmonton. Now Edmonton's wrote the ship here a little bit. I'm
95.
That's a good line. Great line. I'm gonna say under. But I think I'm gonna give Nick Arbuckle this credit. I think he'll have an impact in the passing game, but I'm gonna take the under. The Elks DBs have really locked it down the last couple weeks. Last game especially.
I'm taking the under as well here, but I think I'm going to lean a little bit more on the defensive line. I think we saw a lot of pressure there last game. You saw what he did to the center right there. I think you keep doing that and you'll pressure him. And I know I said this for the Labor Day Classic, but off a defense line plays the way it did, you're going to see another pick or two this game.
Yeah. Where do you come out on your own line?
I'm coming out on the under for sure. What right here, Deck?
Yeah. we gotta ask him about that one. You know what? I gotta see more from my DBs. I need a little bit more seatbelt. Seatbelt.
Lock him in.
That's my favorite. Dude, I'll be playing pass with my friends.
Is that what it is? Seatbelt?
Yeah.
I think it's soared into the sword maybe into the what's it called? The sheath or
the sheath.
Yeah.
I like that. That has some chutzpah to it. I like that. But dude, they also
seatbelt. What, like you're getting locked out? Is that
yeah. Okay. The Ultra Classic though is just that's the classic.
Buddy, every 3rd or 4th down in the NFL or CFL, all you see is this.
It's like 2 yards past the first down. Man. Other keys to the game for this one, obviously take Chatfield out of it. Although I feel like I haven't noticed him as much as I did the first half of the season. He's still balling. Yeah. But take him out of the game because he's that left side edge rusher and he goes against, all respect to Brett, but Brett's had some trouble there. He's been beat a little bit. He's lacked some mobility, especially laterally. But they took him out. He had 1 tackle, I think, when they played him last time. they responded well. They took him out of the game. They had to. In pass pro, I would think, again, you're going to have Justin probably chipping on him.
Yep, most likely. He'll be getting some.
Take him out. But again, like
action.
Establish the run. Keep the momentum in the run game rolling. Keep the momentum in the run game rolling. I understand that, you're going to rotate your backfield and, Javon. I like Javon. He's a good back as well. But I think it's not like it's done with a super high frequency or anything, but I would say even a touch less frequency. Like keep
even more
Justin. Yeah. Like keep Justin.
I still am going to stick to my guns, and I'd like to see Leak back there a little bit.
I would like a dual set backfield.
Just because imagine both of them out of the gun, one on each side.
Yeah.
Just the options galore.
It's true.
There really is options galore.
We saw in that one game, they faked the handoff to Leak, and it kind of kept the linebacker on his toes, right? On the outside of his foot. And that allowed Rankin to run on the inside.
Straight downhill. Rank didn't do anything but run downhill, but it paused that backer because Leak went.
You got to be worried about it. Yeah.
I wish I had a whiteboard because my favorite play, I want to see them implement. I almost said implicate. I was 9-11 on the
yeah. I always do it, bro.
Is that out of the dual set, motion down to the tight end, fake handoff, slide, wide out, crosser, and then just dump it to Leak on the slide there.
There's so much you could do.
Yeah,
so much with that's and you still got your receivers that could be out there running something too.
100%. Any other keys to the game that spring? I know we only mentioned two, but
I used pretty big ones you talked about.
This is a team you should beat. Like
establish the run.
Yeah. Establish the run. Calgary is a win you love to have, and that's a great win. That's the best win of the season. But if you lose to Calgary, people get it. You should beat Toronto. That shouldn't be a game you're losing even on the road.
Here's my key to the game. Play desperate again. Don't come out flat. Mm-hmm. Just because you beat Calgary, you can't just show up now. You have to show up with that same mojo and energy that you showed up with last week. Desperate football. You play desperate and committed football the way they just did, the chips will fall where they fall.
Yep.
But you got to show up first and foremost and play that desperate football and compete.
That's a great point.
This is a game they should win, but you got to compete.
Because we talk a lot about, Edmonton in the West, as we should. Toronto is fighting for a playoff spot too. They're 4-8. So is Ottawa. Mm-hmm. Montreal's 5-7.
For second.
They're fighting for
first even.
Yeah, honestly,
it's right
Hamilton did not look great to me. So
first is right there for Toronto.
They're right there. Like this is, we look at them record wise, and they're 4-8, and they, we beat them already. Edmonton beat them already. But Toronto is like very, very much in the mix for everything in that East. Like they're not just some team that's going to roll over and die. Like they are playing for a lot in that East division. So they're going to come out with a lot of, and they're going to want to get this one back too. Like Edmonton beat them last time they played, and Toronto, Nick Arbuckle set his career high in passing yards. Toronto probably feels like that was a winnable game for them.
Exactly.
That they gave away. Like they're going to come out and they're going to play hard, and they're going to try and win it. So I like what you said about keeping that mojo rolling, not getting complacent, not thinking you're cock of the walk. You just beat Calgary, coming out there and like this is
be about it.
Yeah, 100%. Any other keys to the game for this one?
Just a clean offensive game, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's a team you should beat. If you play to your best, if each team plays to the top of their capabilities, Edmonton should win. Mm-hmm. If each team plays less than the top of their capabilities, Edmonton should win. But if this is a game, Edmonton doesn't show up and Toronto does, Toronto absolutely can win this game and probably would win that game. You know what I mean? So just show up, do what you can do, be who you are, and I think you come out with this one. Rick, do you have a Rick's rant for us? Oh, by the way, Alouettes activated MBT from the 6 game IL. So that's some. Shout out.
Has it been 6?
I don't know, man.
Them early?
They activated them early. I think they activated them early.
Yeah, it's probably close to 6.
Some people probably wish he was staying on there, but it's fine.
All right, we're getting back into everyone's going back to work. Everyone's going back to school. So everyone's schedules are kind of changing a bit. My schedule, pretty much the same all the time, right? You're going to like this too, Eddie, because I know this is going to bug you too, but busy gyms. I can handle a busy gym, but the thing that really gets me is the one guy is standing by the cables. He's at this machine or that machine or whatever, and all he's doing is playing on his phone, or she, all they're doing is playing on their phone.
Talk to me.
Like you're there trying to do something. You got 45, 50 minutes, whatever, get it and get it done. And you've got people there, they're sitting there on their phone. You get some of the older fellas, they're on one machine, but now it's an 8-minute break while they sit there and talk to somebody else. They're just in the way. And this is a rant, so I'm allowed to go off a little bit here. But when you're there, either stick to it, or if you're going to be that one that wants to go there, socialize for 2.5 hours, you got to open up machines and just get the hell out of the way for other people.
Hell
For
yeah.
sure.
This is the worst thing of gyms, man. I see people and I am intentional. I'll go up to people, not up to them, but right next to them, and I'll blast out 4 sets before they're even done 2.
Yeah, man.
Well, they'll do a set and they'll just be on their phone for like 3
They get
minutes.
lost on that phone and breaks.
I'm a little crazy. I take short breaks. Everything's 30 seconds max usually. I'm dripping, sweating over everything. But people, I see them on their phones. I'm thinking, what are you doing? What a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like that's a real rant that I can get behind that.
I figured you'd like that one.
It's crazy. It's mind numbing to me.
I totally feel you. Obviously, the one thing I'd say is there are some people, newbies looking up workouts and stuff like that. Again, they give them the respect.
For sure.
But you can tell who are the ones that do it all the time.
When you see the thumb just going like this.
Yeah, you get lost in that phone for 5-6 minutes in between. Yeah, it's crazy.
And there's there are a lot, not everyone obviously, but there are a lot of people who go to a gym who just feel like you should make going to a gym part of your routine, and you go. They don't really work out, and they just kind of treat it as like almost a social event, but they're by themselves. It's really like, this is the perfect example, Rick. Like there are a lot of people who feel like, going to the gym is something I should do. Go there,
can't just go there and do nothing.
3 workouts in like an hour and 15 minutes, sit on their phone. And it's just like,
that was the best thing about COVID, is having to sign up. And then the gym was half the amount of people. I know it was only an hour you're allowed in there, but whatever it was, but wow, you walked in there like, this is everybody. Oh, this will be a good one.
The thing about the gym too, man, especially public gyms, I'm in there working. Like I'm a mess in there. No shame about it. Like I'm grinding. People stare at me like I'm a zoo animal, straight up. But if you people watch, man, there's creepy dudes in there, man.
Oh, that's bad.
Dudes are so bad. You just see guys like break their necks just looking at females. So I'm thinking, like, have some awareness about yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
use the mirrors, man. Come on. That's what they're there for.
It's crazy.
Now, you're 100% right. The onus is on them, no doubt. I will say this. There's some girls who don't need to be looking that fucking hot for leg day. You know what I mean?
But like, mirrors reflect. You can look at one mirror, which bounces to a second, and a third mirror, and you get that exact look you're looking for. You don't got to break the neck and turn and look.
Like, listen, I'm not, no shame to, anyone who's working out, but like when I'm working out, I look like shit. I got like shorts with holes in it. Like I got like a Nike tee on, like a busted up.
You're in there for purpose.
100%. You do not need a full face and the tightest, gym. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so. Like, you know what you're doing a little bit.
Oh, it's intentional. It's 100% intentional.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I totally get you, man. Like there have been like multiple times where I've like ran like half marathons on treadmills at the gym.
Oh, so you're
just
watching.
Like flying. Oh, well, that too, but I'm just like flying and people are like, man, like it's not that serious.
Holiday Mondays, man. Like, annoy the hell out of me. Everyone get the day off. Like, this is my time to go. Go out at 10 a.m. I'll be out of the world by 10 a.m. Let me know what I think.
Yeah, I've seen it all, man.
All right, you guys want to get to some betting lines? Play a little whose line is it anyway? These ones courtesy of no one because we don't have a betting sponsor.
You know what would be nice though if we got like that Price is Right. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, we definitely gotta make some music up for this. A show intro too, so it's not just me being like, okay, I think we're back. Okay, it's time.
That's the one.
There it is.
All right, first game of the week: Blue Bombers and Ticats. What's the line?
I think it's going to be closer than what you would assume it was, only because they injured the quarterback. And they're ahead of them in the rankings. Let's go 1.5 for Hamilton.
You have it in front.
I got it in front.
Okay,
of me, yeah. It's
use 1.5.
Hamilton minus 1.5.
I got Hamilton. It's in Winnipeg.
In Hamilton.
Oh, Hamilton 3.
It's Hamilton by 6.5.
Whoa.
The over under 52.5. So where's your guys' money going on this one?
Under.
I think you have to go under just because you're down to a backup quarterback. Yeah.
Offensively.
I like the under as well. And
6.5 for the
that
Hammer.
seems too many. But I think I'd still take Winnipeg at plus 6.5. That just seems like a few too many points.
I would take Winnipeg and the under.
Yeah, I would take Winnipeg
on the spread. On the spread.
When I bet, I hate taking Winnipeg on the points. I rarely do.
It's tough, but that's the way to. That's what all the experts do.
I know.
What you really
like it's ugly to me. I rarely do it.
You got to start betting these college lines. That's when you'll really have a sweat. Like I've seen lines that are like minus 55.5.
Yeah,
Ohio
crazy.
State and Grambling this past week, it was
70.
minus 50. Yeah, well, they won by 70. But it was. Did you see their coach, by the way, before the game? A reporter asked him, he's like, "What are you looking forward to Ohio State here?" And he's like, "Yeah, we know what's going to happen." Like he just ate it because you do.
Yeah.
Whatever he knows. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Big
some
check
of
for
those,
them.
dude. Some of those college lines, and like I've seen like over unders in the some Big 12 games in the 90s. Like it's some of these lines are just insane. Ottawa at BC. Whose lines it anyway?
Ooh.
Ottawa just beat them 34-33.
NBC.
I'm going straight up pick them. They just played last week.
Yeah, BC 2.
BC by 9.5. Yeah. 9.5.
Right.
They just lost last week. The over under, by the way, 56.5. So again, where's your guys' money going on this one?
56.5?
56.5.
Over.
I think I'm taking the over as well in this.
I think I take the over there.
I'm taking the over, but I have to take Ottawa at plus 9.5. That's insane.
Yeah. They just beat them.
You just beat them.
Less than a week ago.
Interesting. That's shocking.
First Saturday game, 1 p.m. Elks in Toronto. Whose line is it anyway?
Elks 4.5.
I was going to say Elks 3.5.
Argos by 4.5. The Argos are 4.5 point favorites in this one. Over and under 55.5. I'm hammering the Elks on the spread. I'm taking the Elks money line actually, but I'm hammering the Elks on the spread. And I think I might take a sneaky under in this one.
I would too.
Yeah.
I think that defense has really proven himself.
Yep.
I agree.
And they're not like
55.5. Yeah. 50
team.
Toronto can score the ball. Nick Arbuckle likes to air it out, but 55.5. I think that's a good line, but I like a sneaky under in that one.
Yeah.
And obviously
21
4.5. Final one.
I like it.
Montreal in Saskatchewan. Whose line is it anyway?
Oh, that's Saskatchewan.
Double digits even.
I'm going 10.5.
Yeah, Sask double digits.
You're close. It's Sask by 9.5.
Yeah.
Same as BC.
That
Ottawa.
makes no sense.
Which I agree. And the over under for this one low 50.5.
Believe it.
Yeah, you're
because
gonna
as
have
good
one
as
team
Saskatchewan's
scoring,
is,
the other one's
Sask
not
could get
going to.
30, but Montreal's got no QB play.
And as good as Sask is, they don't really light up the scoreboard.
No.
They have, but they don't.
It's kind of like this Edmonton team.
Yeah.
Like they're not an offense.
Control the ball.
50 is just so low though. I think I would take Saskatchewan to minus
take the
9.5.
50. What kind of offensive output do you think Montreal is always going to get?
So you're saying
in Sask
take the
on
under.
the road?
Yeah.
On the road in Sask against that D?
Yeah,
that's the
very
best
low.
D in the league.
Yeah.
Their fourth string quarterback ain't going to do a lick.
Yeah,
this
you're
game.
right. You're right.
Sask, they're going to be ball hawking. That D line's going to get
Devon Campbell, all he does is intercept balls.
It's
he's
hammer the under.
He's in DPOY combos.
There's an issue if Sask lets up 3 touchdowns on defense this game.
Yeah.
Like that's,
I couldn't see it, dude.
That's a bad defensive game.
I could see this game being like 40-11 and the overcash just by half a point. You know what I mean?
I could see something like that too, Nick.
Okay. Do we want to finish up with a blind ranking of the week?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll.
All right, let's get it and then send you on your way. Heading to week 15, Elks and Argos.
I think Eddie kind of answered one of these already. Well, that's all right. So we're gonna start off here. I think I've done the last couple have been all food related, so we're gonna stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is not one specific, but you have to judge all of them under the same umbrella. So we're going fast food burgers, and we're starting with BK.
Low key, I mess with Burger King. Gets a bad rep, but it's people talk about it like it's rat
What
meat.
is it? Just the Whopper?
Yeah, Whopper, the flame grill, man. It's honestly,
I'll eat one Whopper like every 2 years.
Yeah, same. But I like it when I do. I'm putting it sneaky number 3.
5.
That's fair.
It's harsh.
Old reliable McDonald's.
Which one though? What
Which
burger? What burger?
I mean, if I had to rank the burgers, I'm going the quarter pounder cheeses first, Big Macs too.
Cheesecake.
Quarter pounder. Hey.
3.
I already messed up my rankings, but I'm going to put it number 4.
One of my favorites, Wendy's.
Baconator?
You know what?
I think I'm going to put it number 2.
Even just a Wendy's classic.
Yeah, the Dave's
is good, but yeah, I'll put
it's like
Wendy's,
1,400 calories.
I'll put Wendy's at. I like Wendy's chicken sandwich. That's what I go to Wendy's for.
People do like their chicken sandwiches.
But I'll put Wendy's 4.
Dairy Queen.
Oh,
Sleeper there.
it is a sleeper, but I got to go 2.
I have to put it 5.
Pigeonholed it.
I honestly don't think I've ever had a Dairy Queen burger. And I've heard they're good. I just don't think I've
You'll
ever
get a
They're very
flamethrower. They're good. Yeah.
Flame broiled, right?
Yeah.
Very similar
Yeah.
to PKs.
All right.
And we'll end it off with the old A&W.
Yeah,
Team burger?
I'm glad
Yeah, I'm happy that's number 1.
That's a good.
I was way.
That's a good
I thought you were maybe going to get some sneaky Five Guys in there. Something like that.
I don't think they're a fast food joint. Fast food is like the burger's pretty much ready to go. They're not.
Yeah.
Shake Shack's not.
drive through.
There you go. 100%.
You got to go in to
100%.
Yep.
I mess with that argument. Shake Shack to me feels way more fast foody though.
How about
Just the way it's
Checkers?
made
You
up.
boys ever been deep Florida? Checkers?
Never been to
never.
Checkers.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You guys ever been to Sonic?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic's cool. Dude, you know what the worst is? White Castle. That is the garbage.
It's different.
You eat it for like the nostalgia of eating.
Yeah.
It is different. It's
It is
sloppy.
very unique.
I ate it because I messed with
slimy.
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
That's why. right?
Yeah, it was the
nostalgia.
worst food ever, bro.
Yeah, we don't
it's
have it here.
Not good. Not the best. What's another good burger up here that's off the list?
Harvey's.
Harvey's is nice.
Right.
Yeah,
Harvey's, every time I have Harvey's, I'm just like this is, my dad just got some like frozen patties at the grocery store and barbecued them. Like,
Yeah, I think Harvey's is best known for the fact that you can put whatever you want on it, right?
Yeah, you can top it yourself.
Yeah.
They still lean into that like crazy.
It's the way to go.
Is there any?
Try that Triple O's.
I drive by it all the time.
Is
I
it
haven't-
pricey?
Really? Hey, you need Eddie Steele money.
It's crazy, man. Beyond.
Is it good at least?
Yeah, it's fine. It's a big thing out in BC.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, so like I've had it out in BC, but I've
Okay.
had it here, and bro, we're talking like 17, 18 just for the burger.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nah, if I'm gonna do that, I'm getting
Just
a real
for the
burger. Yeah, I'm getting a
It's
real burger then.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Price of food in general is insane these days.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
I do believe I read something the other day that said McDonald's is dropping their prices starting actually today. I think it is. Yeah, so they're going back to like an $8 Big Mac meal, and they're dropping their stuff because it's gone up like 40% over
Yeah,
the
it's
last
too
like
much.
3 years.
yeah, it's too
also
much.
like, hey, McDonald's, don't you make enough money?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure the profit margin's still going to be
Still
pretty
gonna-
good.
In fact, I'm not an economist or anything, but it's proven if you slash prices,
Customers
typically,
return.
yes, in larger fashion. Rick, you're a businessman.
100%. I mean, I look more at like the Falcons. I know the Ravens just did it. They dropped their they dropped. It was like $2
dropped for a couple of years.
Perfect.
Cheap.
Yeah,
$3 menu.
Perfect.
And there's a reason
You
for
sell
it.
more.
You sell more.
Mhm.
Volume. It's all those little pieces. They're all part of the pie. I'm in sales,
Yeah.
and I'll sell $200-$300 cases of product. It's all a piece of the pie. I don't need to sell thousands of dollars every order.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's all a piece.
I can't wait till Tim's gets burgers.
Tim's, man.
They're like
I'm
border.
glad Tim's fell off, man.
Oh,
Tim's
it's
dropped
horrible.
off.
It's terrible.
Tim's is-
It's so
Go back
bad.
to the nice sandwiches, some
Unless-
nice muffins. Let's not get crazy.
Unless they want to sponsor us, then they're good. But dude, it's
Even their coffee, I find, tears my guts
it's
up. now.
horrible.
Yeah.
It's just
You
cheap.
wouldn't
and,
know, you don't
it's
know.
just
That's
cheap,
not
and
me.
there's a Tim everywhere. Like I walked past 2 Tim Hortons once I get in this building before I get to the studio.
I am.
That's how many there are.
PSL season.
Yeah.
No, I actually mess with pumpkin spice lattes. I white girl it up for those.
Hey,
Honestly, I
hey.
can't lie. Is that what you got?
No, this one's the pecan.
Oh man. All right. All right.
We talking now.
A pumpkin spice latte and some football.
That's nice,
fall
man.
season.
Get the feet up. Fall feels, baby.
Throw the robe on. All right. Anything else we want to?
Why? We're watching ball, man. Why? I'm just playing.
Anything else we want to wrap it up with before we send it out for the day?
Now I'm ready to go. Let's go Saturday.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, yeah,
Good
big
show,
one
boys.
Saturday. Good show. All right. We will talk to you next Sunday, I guess. Elk Central, Elks 101 next Monday. Thank you for joining us. We're out.